Okay, let's give this a try. We're going live on YouTube. Let's try this. Okay, friends, I hope you guys find me here, and I'm going to try to find this now on my YouTube. So we're live here, but it's going to take a little bit until you guys find me. So let me post this here on my Facebook channel because it was not working. So let's see if we can get this to work. Anybody here? We'll see if there's anybody here. So I think everybody in the world is doing live videos, and it's not working. So I'm grabbing this here. So come find me on YouTube. And let me know how this is working, because this is my first ever YouTube live. So let me know if it's working and who's finding me here. And I have to try to pull up my YouTube account because I can't read comments if you're over there. But I know you guys are going to find me. First ever YouTube, so we can get started on our Artful Lemonade, right? We're going to make some lemonade out of these lemons. So I'm posting this, and just bear with me. Like I said, this was all, Natalie just called me and she said, go to YouTube and do it on YouTube because Facebook is not working. Everyone is having issues with it. So now it's how do I find me live on the YouTube channel. So let's see. Your channel, will I see it there? Help me if you guys, oh, I see me live now. And then I can see your comments. Easy moderation. I see you guys. And mute, yay. So I can see comments. It's working. A solution now, just everybody needs to find me. So I posted it all over Instagram and everything else, just so hopefully people will find us here, and I'll look here. Hi, you're here. Yay. Because this is going to be fun. And like I said, I probably won't get as many people on here as I would on my Facebook channel because people don't know to find me. But Natalie is here, pulling up my pants. Natalie's here, and she's going to share it with on the community page, and then please post Nat anywhere else you can send a link. Put it up, throw it up wherever. But who cares? People, I think these videos can be saved, right? So people can watch it after the fact, because that was the whole thing. So Facebook Live at 8 will more than likely be right here again on YouTube. And we'll put a better message out so everybody can find us. So with that being said, because it was all impromptu, I was trying to do it type quickly. So I just kind of threw it up here. And then, yes, we can save them. We'll figure out all the things because I've spread out all of this stuff and I want to share it with you. So if you just found this on YouTube because you're new to the YouTubes, or me on the YouTube, I'm sure you're not new to YouTube. Please like and follow the channel so when we do these videos, it pops up in your stream. And as well, I'm Vicki Booten, if we haven't met before, and I'm an avid crafter. And I love mixed media art, and I love marrying scrapbooking and junk journaling and art journaling and all things crafty together to tell my creative story. So this is my first ever YouTube live. And then I'm going to start filming. Well, this is great because we'll be able to save this as well, right? This is not all perfectly laid out and produced. It's really just a crafty girl trying to share some stuff with you so you can find some things to fill your days now that a lot of us have a little bit more time on our hands. So that was my whole idea here. So I'm looking. I see Yana is here, and Wendy and Natalie and Sherry. So excited. Lots of you are finding me. I have no clue how to figure out how many people are watching or how any of this works. So I'm just going to do it like I normally would. So like I said, I spread out. So the idea for this 2 o'clock, 2:15 live video was to talk about the tools and the things I'm creating and what I've pulled from my stash, what I'm going to be ordering online to support all of those independent retailers and some of our favorite stores and manufacturers through this time right now. And I've kind of broken it into categories. So inspiration, products I want to use, the bases I'm going to put it on, the tools I want to play with, and then the artful products I'm going to use, and then other tools like my silhouette and the printer I'm going to use. So it's kind of right now, and I'm looking down there. Yes, sunshine on those coronavirus days. Yeah, you know, whatever. Like, even we can look back on this at any time when you have maybe a week off and it's a staycation and you want to make some art. Let's just find the positive in all of this. So this is the first time I've kind of set up down here. I usually work in my office upstairs, but my husband's home working up there. So I just moved all of this downstairs, and let's go through some things. So if you have any questions, are you finding me for the first time? Did you find your way over from my Facebook artist page? Do you have any questions? Whatever you want to know, just throw it on here. I'll go through the questions and answer them after. And please, yes, introduce yourself. Let me know where you're watching from. You know, something that I found interesting on all of this is I see a lot of you guys on Friday Night Lives when I do these creative videos. But the one thing is, you guys all know lots about me, but I'm learning lots about you. So I'm hoping today, please post and tell me something about yourself. Like, I'm learning for the first time that some of you guys are nurses, or that you're EMTs, or you're stay-at-home moms, or run a daycare. I really love the community side of this craft, so I would love for you, introduce yourself, where are you watching from, tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you finding you're struggling a little bit because you're home by yourself and normally you get to leave the house and see friends? Or are you really happy to be kind of digging in at home and doing all of this stuff? Just share something with me, and you know I'll share all the things with you because I talk a lot. So I'm going to get started. And I say so and a lot. Sorry. I will try. I'm very excited. I'm passionate about what I do. And sometimes my mouth can't catch up to my brain. So that happens. So I'm looking on here. Hi, watching from Saskatoon. Love that. Please put it on here. If you're meeting me for the first time, I love that too. Let me know how things are going and how you're coping right now, being home with a little extra time on your hands. And I'm going to go through this whole stash that I have here. I'm also going to give you some background. So what led me to this is I do Friday Night Lives all the time. But a lot of time it's off the cuff. Like, I just want to make something because we have some creative time and I like to share it with my friends. I teach all over the world. Right now I'm not going very far. So I still want to, you know, feed that desire to share the passion I have for creating art. So with that being said, my whole idea is I'm going to be popping on probably here on YouTube because I think the connection will be better, and sharing live videos and some videos I'm going to record, all with using my product, because I do have my own product line with American Crafts called Vicky Booten, and I'm going to be sharing. So if you bought maybe my new metallic paints, or you have the stencils or something at home and you didn't know what to do with it, I'm going to be first off sharing a whole bunch of tips using my texture paste, my glazes, my art crayons, my Vicky Booten watercolor markers. So that will be happening. It's going to be to start in a whole bunch of backgrounds and just kind of playing and allowing ourselves that time to just practice and play. And then we're going to do a whole binding class where we take all of those pieces that we've made and we're going to bind it into our own junk journal that you can then use as a photo album, you can use as an art journal, you can use it just to have a recipe book of technique, whatever you want to do. So that's what's happening in the next coming couple of days, and then we'll go from there and decide what else we're going to use. So with that being said, I'm going to be pulling out my mink. I'm going to be pulling out all of the things that I have. You can play along with whatever you have, and if you don't have, we'll find a solution, or that day maybe you just practice some of the watercolor techniques or whatever we're sharing. So that's kind of the background of why I decided to do this. And like I said, I'll go through and read a whole bunch of your comments, but I want to focus so I don't keep you here forever. I have garbage everywhere too because I was running around trying to get this set up. I was so excited. So to start, I have pulled product that I want to use. So that being said, point number one, shop your stash. I want you to go through and look at maybe some paper clips that you bought, or ephemera pack, or paper products that maybe you grab, stickers, whatever you have, because maybe you are huge into, I just forgot what it's called, planning. Maybe you're a planner girl. I want you to, or planner guy, I want you to find techniques that you could use for your planner. Maybe you love doing traveler's notebooks. I want to find tips for you for doing that. Maybe you're a card maker and you love to do that. Maybe you've never done any of this before, and I'm going to get you to go and pilfer through your kids' Crayola stash. As long as it makes watercolor, we can do techniques with it. So that's kind of the idea. I want you to shop your stash. So I grabbed a few things. Washi tape, I have tons of it. I'm going to figure out ways to use it. I have a whole bunch of my new stuff because it just released. So my latest paper collection is called Let's Wander with American Crafts. And I have a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't used yet. So this will be stepping off point for color palette and some of the other things, because I want to support you guys. If you bought it and now you're like, what do I do with it? I want to give you some ideas for that. So I have that. I've pulled a bunch of my old, and I'm sorry if it's thrown shadow, it's where I'm set up, it's the light overhead. I grabbed my book from years ago, Creative Foundations, Vicki Boutin. I think you can download it on your Kindle and your Kobo. You might be able to still find a copy, maybe not. I have an old cloth paper scissors. I have a couple of different idea books. I'm going to be pulling a whole bunch of ideas from this, and we're going to play with them. Okay, so that's what I grabbed today. And I want you, after this, to kind of grab a bin and throw some stuff in it, and that's your challenge, that you're going to use some of that stuff. Now for products or paper stuff that I'm going to use, I grabbed some tissue paper that I have. Look at tags still hanging off this. So this is from a gift my friend gave me. I have some gold tissue paper. I want to play with tissue paper. I've had this box of deli paper forever that I haven't used. So I grabbed deli paper. I grabbed a couple different traveler's notebooks that I just ordered from Webster's Pages, and this one from Prima, so wherever you have that from. I have some wood backgrounds maybe I'm going to use. Don't know. Might use it, might not, but shop my stash. And this one is a jelly bean soup, Mix the Media. I grabbed, because I love Tim Holtz. If you follow me, you know I love him, so I grabbed some of my tissue wrap. I grabbed this little one of the collage paper. I grabbed this paper carton sealing tape that I bought at the dollar store. And this is probably what I'm going to do some bookbinding with when we bind all these backgrounds. Tags. And of course, we're going to use some cardstock with some gesso on it. And as well, you know my favorite thing, my foundations paper. So I have a pad of that. So grab what you have. Tissue paper, any paper, paper towels, old dryer sheets that you didn't throw away. Whatever you have, we're going to do some fun stuff with, okay? So that's kind of the backgrounds I'm going to be using. Watercolor paper. I grabbed it but didn't pull it out. It's around here somewhere. Yupo paper, because I want to pull out my alcohol inks that I've been collecting forever and haven't used. So I have a whole bunch of those things. And then tools. I have some dies. I have deep rule steel dies. I have the paper thin dies. I have bubble wrap, a heat gun, some plastic to do some kissing techniques, palette knife, brayer, stencil brush, so a mister, a paintbrush. I have a jelly plate, because you guys have been waiting for me to do something with this, so we're going to do a jelly plate technique. Here's my Yupo paper. So I have my Yupo paper from Ranger and my alcohol blending tools. I have stamps and stencils. So from Tim Holtz, because you know I love Tim. I have Tim Holtz. I have Vicki Boutin embossing folders. I have Pink Fresh stamps. I have a whole bunch of stuff from scrapbook.com that I ordered. So I have some stencils, like a whole bunch of their exclusive stuff. I have some dies and stamps. These are Pink Fresh. I have this from El Studio, a title builder. So stamps, stencils, anything that you can make art with. I have all of my stencils, a whole stack of the Vicki Boutin ones. My heat gun, if I didn't say that. I have foil from Heidi Swap that I'm going to use with my mink. So these are your tools, right? Grab all of the things that you have. I'm going to do some free cut files that you need to sign up for my newsletter, because I'm going to send them out through that. If you go to vickiboutin.com, you can sign up for my newsletter. I will be sending a newsletter out over the weekend with some free cut files. And as well on Facebook, I have a Facebook group page called Vicki Boutin Mixed Media Group. If you join that, they'll be posted there as well. Am I missing anything? I will be working from home and excited to have Fridays off. I need your new line must get online shopping. Yes, and there's tons of stores that have all the product and now their doors are closed, but I see that people, local stores are doing on delivery, curbside pickup, online shopping and shipping. They'll do all of the things, my friends, okay? I know that there's kits. You can go to vickybooten.com and I have kits for this album posted right now where you can get the whole kit to create it. That's all laying there. That would be a layout kit. So I think I'm going to put something together for like a super deal and then do a live class from that. Because if you have it at home, you can use it, or to order the kit, you can. We'll figure it out. There's so much stuff to figure out. So with that being said, so now we have looked at product that we shopped our stash, inspiration from idea books, things we're going to do the techniques on, tools we're going to use for the techniques, and then the other thing we need is the actual product that we can use to make the techniques. So I love this container right from scrapbook.com, my alcohol inks, and there's tons of them. I have the whole rainbow of alcohol inks, and I want to do some techniques for that. So that will be coming on one of these live videos and on videos coming on my YouTube channel. I have all of these inks I've been collecting. So I have Gina K, I have the Liftoff ink from Tim Holtz and Ranger to go with my alcohol inks. I have Pink Fresh, some Hero Art, some Lawn Fawn. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use my Distress inks. So these when we're looking, so what is the purpose of this? Is to shop your stash, grab your stuff, or put your order in whatever you want to do. I have liquid watercolors from Pink Fresh Studios. And then I have a whole bunch of Vicky Booten stuff. So all of my glazes I've pulled. I'm going to do little techniques with those. I have my new paints. And then any other paints that I have here, because I have tons of them, I have over on the wall here, I have Deco Art paints, I have Liquitex paints, I have paints from Dina Wakley, I may have a couple from Diane Reevely, I have tons of stuff from Tim because I've been collecting Ranger forever. Another thing you're going to see coming is using the Mink toner ink from Heidi Swap. We talked about this, I have it out, it's ready to go. I'm going to put all of this in my new project cart so I can pull from that. I can have a whole reference thing. So even throw it in a basket or wherever you are storing your stuff. Put it out in front of you so you don't forget to use it. Watercolor markers. I have Nuovo stuff. Nuovo, is that how you say it? Nuvo. Stuff that I have never used. Gilding flakes and embossing powder and a whole bunch of stuff. I have Gina K Glitz gel that I've never used. I have Kelly Creates new watercolor, liquid watercolors. It's going to do all the things. The other thing that's going to be coming is, I talk about this all the time. I have this printer that I love. It's the Epson PictureMate 400. I'm going to do a whole live about how I edit photos and how I print them and how I use that little baby. And if you don't have that one, you still can use that the apps that I use to do that. So I'm sure there's going to be a ton of questions on here, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to answer them. I don't want this to be overwhelming. If you have 3 of the things I talked about, you can still make some pretty things. I'm going to be using art crayons. So art crayons are water soluble. So if you have Distress ink, you can use Distress ink. If you have any other water soluble art crayons, you can use them. I don't care if they're Vicky Booten ones. But we're going to do some fun techniques. And you can find versions of it. And what I would love to see is just ask me the questions and then I can help you. You'll throw out there, Vicky, I don't have this, but I have this. Can I use it? And I'll say, sure, let's give it a try. So the whole idea here is I want you to shop your stash, fill your online, do whatever you need to do, order some supplies, and I'm going to offer every day, maybe some days one thing, maybe some days a couple of techniques, just fun things I'm doing, because I'm just going to sit in here and make the art I've been filling my idea book with that I haven't had time to do, and I'm going to make it. We're going to DIY some stamps, some craft foam. So if your kids have some craft foam laying around the house, grab your craft foam, because we're going to do that. We can put it through embossing folders, we can draw on it, we're going to do the things. I'm going to supply some cut files, free cut files, so that you guys can maybe make your own stencils if you don't have them, and we'll do some fun things. So please let me know what you'd like to see. If there's something you've been struggling with for my product line that you'd like me to go over and share with everyone, I would be happy to do all those things. So that's the purpose of the Friday Night Live, or not, it's not Friday Night Live, YouTube Live, because I got all messed up because it wouldn't work. But I will be back tonight here on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with a technique. What is the first technique going to be? Using acrylic paint. So grab acrylic paint, stencils, stamps, foundation paper, or paper you can do that on. And we are going to do at least 2 really fun techniques using acrylic paint. And I'm going to use my new metallic paint, some of the paints I have, and a mix of just acrylic paints. That's going to be the technique for tonight. So what do you need to grab for that? A brayer, palette knife, a sheet of plastic, a butter knife, whatever you have. Just grab some things, bubble wrap, and let's start with our first technique is going to be using acrylic paint, because I feel like everyone should have some laying around if you have a stash. But now is our opportunity for all of that crafting stuff that we've collected for years. We're going to get to use some of it. So I'm going to go through and read a whole bunch of your questions. I hope you guys were able to find me here. Sorry for the mess up, but Facebook, everyone's doing Facebook Lives. So there is just no connection on there. So I'm going to move it all over here to YouTube and then get you guys over here to follow me. So I will do a post. So if you missed this, you can watch it on replay. Still provide all the same info, because I have until 8 o'clock tonight to read your comments and to find any of the content. And I know, see you all tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So just check that. You can put it in Google time to your time, because I don't know that. I always have to Google search it. But I'm Vicki. I'm going to have to walk around and shut the camera off, so I'm going to go off screen for a minute. But really excited to be providing something that can fill all this extra time we have on our hands. And thank you for joining me. Put your questions in the comments. I'm going to share this as, even though it was a live, share it so it stays where it's supposed to be. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to make some art. And I can't wait for the challenges you're going to throw out there for me. Things you'd like to see or always wanted to learn. And I think, wouldn't that be fun? Our Artful Lemonade challenge is throw out those things you'd like to see me make, because you've always wanted to do it, but you're afraid to try it. And I don't care if I've never done it before. I will totally take on the task. So that's it for today. I'm going to walk around, shut this off, and then I'm going to go back to Facebook and try to herd you guys here so that you can watch the next one. And thanks for joining me today. Walking around, shutting it off, going to stop talking now. Yay! So I have to figure this out, friends, because this is my first time doing it. I do not know how to shut this off. If I just exit, is that how it works? Oh, I'm afraid. Okay. So I'm going to share it. Let's do that. Share. Create a post. Oh, that's on Facebook. So let's share that. My goodness, friends. I don't know how to do the things. We'll figure it out. Post. So just bear with me, okay? This is my first time. I just want to post it. Post. Publish. Public. Oh my goodness, friends. This is when you see Vicki in her full element, not understanding how to do the technologies. So shutting it down. See you later, guys. Eek. I don't know how. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?